Hi everybody, my name is Julie Dinan with That's What I Heard. I'd like to introduce to you the sound system that I work with, that my other videos will be based on this sound system. The system here behind me, you can see the color-coded system, was created by Steve Tattum. It was formerly known as FAST and is now known as the Tattum Rating Program. Steve is currently working with the Learn Up Centers in San Francisco, and early in the summer he put on a training, a 3-week training that was pro bono, which was very gracious of him. He shared his materials, his learning materials, and as well as his expertise in training. So I was lucky enough to get that as a refresher. I took the training from him a little over about 15 years ago here in Michigan. And since then, I've been using this system with my students, and it has made a huge difference in them. What I like about it is here, what's nice is it's so easy to use, it's so manageable. The magnets are always, you can move them, and you can also digitize this, but you can move them around, manipulate them, but they always go back to their home base. A lot of programs I just felt were really cumbersome, a lot of pieces and drawers. This stays here. You can get them in little sizes, student board sizes. So if you're working with small groups, the students can manipulate the board. Obviously with what's, today with COVID, schools that are going back, keeping them clean is one thing. We actually have a fun activity that we do. I say it's board cleaning day, guys. And it's actually a great activity because the kids disassemble the board. And when they do that, they take off all the consonants, put them in a consonant pile. The teams, put them in their pile. All the little pieces, the parts of the board, and put them in separate piles. We clean off the board, and then we put it back on. That wasn't one of my plans of discussing this board today, but going back and being conscientious and being aware of keeping things clean, it's actually a really great learning activity for the kids because they have to put the board back together. And I actually will have a big poster up so they have a point of reference. But today's purpose is just to explain the parts of the board. When I teach the board, I'm going to do this quickly. Obviously, we break it up into smaller pieces. The K1 kids, you're usually going to start with just your consonants and your short vowels. Silent E's over here because they're going to see words with long vowel patterns quickly. So this is your K1 board, actually K board, and then first grade on is going to get this board, the full board. So we start with labeling the parts of the board. These are the consonants, and I will often say consonant. We work with the word consonant phonologically, so I just don't say that word. Every word that I use and I teach the kids, remember I'm teaching them in little pieces, but I'm going over this quickly with you just to show you the parts. I will say the word consonant. I will write the word consonant on the board. We'll play with it, manipulate the words phonologically. Then we'll actually look at it phonetically, break it up into the syllables, and so they understand what a consonant is. Remember, it's very important to think of that language piece, that they understand when you say the word consonant, they connect the meaning of a consonant, that these are the consonant sounds. They can read it, they can spell it, they can play with it phonologically. Here, these are the teams, and within the teams we have our digraphs. We also have other spelling patterns like your GE, soft G, E, and your QU. That is not a digraph. Honestly, whenever I have a question, I always ask my speech and language pathologist because I feel they are the true experts in reading. But this was just recently discussed in the Science of Reading Facebook page, that since it's two sounds, queen, that it therefore is not a digraph. 2 letters, 1 sound. So like sh and ch, those are your digraphs. These are our long spellings. We call our big pieces. This is when your medial vowel is short and it can get a long vowel spelling. A long spelling with a medial short vowel. It's called the crescent moon. And now we're getting into our greens, yellows, and reds, which are our vowel sounds, which is really cool because the kids realize, wow, there are a lot of vowel sounds. Our crescent moon is our R family, and those are your R controlled vowel sounds. This is our Big Dipper, and on the handle of the Big Dipper, we have our short vowel sounds, and we'll call them hungry vowels. All the parts of the board are connected to a specific lesson. These are our diphthongs on the scoop of the board. Here is our earth, our greens, yellows, and reds. And here is our green walkers that follow that traditional, the first one does a talking, the second one does a walking. The earth, and right here are our endings, and you can see that the endings are in blue ink. The endings also have a vowel sound, most of them. This S represents either the plural or third person singular, so that does not have a vowel sound. But the kids have to understand that not only are greens, yellows, and reds representing vowel sounds, but the endings have a vowel sound as well. And this is important because in my next video, I'm going to talk about how to teach a syllable, what the word means, how to phonologically work with the word, and how to identify what types of syllables are in words. So that's it for our board. This guy here is our silent E, and that's it. So this is the Tattum reading system. He also has another part here, which is the back of the board, which has your prefixes, your roots, and your suffixes. This is pretty cool. I'm learning more and more about this. I took a webinar hosted by William Von Cleve and talked about morphology and the importance of using that in comprehension, that our Greek and Latin roots have meanings to it. And when we teach kids morphology, that learning vocabulary instruction makes that more robust. So this is Steve's back of the board. And that is our board. Thank you for listening. Again, Julie Dinan with That's What I Heard.